Hello everybody, it is Joe Sugg from the distant future, bringing you a little bonus, a little extra vlog today. One that I filmed quite a while ago in partnership with American Express. So without further ado, let's cut to a simply divine, beautiful morning sunrise, shall we? Because you don't see those very often in my vlogs, so yeah, enjoy. Wow, would you look at that? Good morning everybody. I'm up at the crack of dawn, quite literally the crack of dawn. I'm the only one awake, I think, on my whole road. Look at that. That beautiful sky is not the reason why I'm awake right now. And actually, I'm not awake because of my 3-month-old child either. I'm awake because today I'm going back to somewhere I went last year, which was very, very fun indeed. And I've just realised that these are wet. A wet bum to start the day. Lovely. I'm even awake before my pigeons. That is saying something. Now you may think this is a pathetic breakfast, and you'd be exactly right. What do you mean you're having a bit of kiwi and 2 dates with peanut butter inside? Yes, that is what it is for any of those wondering. And that is because I'm actually having breakfast. It says on my agenda for today that I'm having breakfast when I get there as well. But also, I'm up at 4 in the morning, which I don't normally do. And my body doesn't normally want breakfast at this time, but I've got a bit of a car journey today, and I don't know why, my body, if I've not eaten something before getting in a car, it increases my chances of getting travel sick. I don't know why, but if I have food before getting in a long journey, I'm just always a lot better than if I don't. Bon appetit to breakfast. Oh, what do I start with first on this smorgasbord of delicacies? This is the weirdest thing. 4 a.m. and there's football on, like live as well. Switzerland, Algeria. I was having some kiwi fruit for breakfast. What is going on? I'm ready to go. This is what I'm wearing for the day. Outfit of the day. So I'm gonna go and give mummy and baby a little kiss goodbye, and Vito, and yeah, be on my merry way. See you when I get there. I feel like I'm being pranked. I don't know if this is where I'm supposed to be. My mate's apparently already here. My friend Jack, who went to this same place I'm going to last year. But I can't see anyone. So why do I get the feeling that I'm in the wrong place? I found my friend Jack. So I am in the right place. We're actually here very early. So early there's no one in here. We're even here before all the hotel guests are down for their breakfast. Can't go over how small that cushion is. That ain't giving much lumbar support. Is it doing anything?
It's a bit big, actually.
Someone has given that window a big old kiss. The size of that.
That's a big old mouth right there.
It's my finger for reference. Jeez. Cool kids at the back of the bus.
There's glitter all over the seats.
Oh my god, someone's been having a party back here. Someone's been reclining back here. Well, if you hadn't guessed where we're going, that should be a pretty big clue. This summer, I'm doing summer differently with Amex. That's right, I'm back at Silverstone for the Formula One Pirelli British Grand Prix 2026. And as you may know, I've partnered with Amex a lot over the years, and they've brought me back to check out the new and improved Amex Racing Club. It was great last year, but this year they've even added a recovery room upstairs, which I wasn't expecting. There was massage chairs, a hydration station, a few fun photo opportunities, and somewhere to sort my dodgy barnet out. I am definitely due a haircut. And I was also reunited with my favourite, the Amex Race Radios. These little babies are genuinely really handy because you can keep up with the commentary wherever you end up around the circuit. This year though, we also got to check out the Trackside Lounge, which was a cool little perk. You book a time slot, rock up and get trackside access to watch the racing. It was such a fun morning soaking in the atmosphere and excitement. Right now, let's get back into the action and see what Sav's up to. Sav, last time we were stood in a field together was
someone ended up almost passed out
getting ready to run the London Marathon.
Wasn't me.
No. I'll still never forget that Rice Krispie cake you gave me. I think that genuinely saved my life.
Yeah.
So thank you.
I'm the reason we're here today.
We've arrived at the Amex Trackside Lounge. Right, on to the next stop. We've got this guy, by the way. We've been going around in this van here, just taking us round to different places. Forget how big this place is, but we've arrived at the next location, which is the Paddock Club, where I believe we're doing some sort of tour Last year we did the hot lap. This time we're going around, I think more leisurely, learning about the track and also having a look through the paddock, but also, yeah, just seeing what happens. Here we go. We've got smoked salmon tart, medley of watermelon ricotta. That sounds more like me. We're doing like a tour of the pit, but I keep losing everybody. Getting carried away. It makes me shit myself every single time. They've only got half a car there, look. A lot busier over there, look. We were just discussing about these, right? Because obviously all this stuff here you see, it all gets packed down and shipped all over the world. So all these things, look, all those massive things are going on big planes. And I guess these things here, where the teams go, probably are all on like boats. I don't know how it works. But it makes you think, how on earth are they shifting that around the world so quick? Check this out, look, they've got all the racing sims down here. I'm very jealous right now because Sav and Steve have just come back from their hot lap. How was it?
My brain has been chemistry altered. Like, I actually cannot believe. Also, thank you so much for letting me.
Oh, that's all right. No, how did you enjoy it?
Like, you've changed life. It's so
Did
great.
you
Yeah.
What car did you go in?
I had.
Which decompressed.
We've returned to the Paddock Club, where food is now being served. They've got so many different dishes from all over the globe. So we're gonna go and have a little wander around and see what we get, what we have, and how much of it we can fit away. That's Star Atlantic cod and four. That's not a bit of me, but what else they got? First dish is some sort of cheesy pasta with truffle and a bit of asparagus. Jack's gone for.
I'm going to tell you, I'm going to read it. The
Bit of
grain,
badger.
mustard, crusted fillet of beef and pork loin.
Which is pork?
Pork is hidden under here.
Oh my god.
There it is.
And for my next trick, I'll make it all disappear. Time to see some cars. So just had some lunch, and now can't tell you how thankful I am that we've got a roof over there. Must be Sunburn Central. Hope you've all got your Factor 50 on.
If you have any questions about how the circus works, about what you've just seen in practice, and what to expect from qualifying later, feel free to ask either Damon or myself as we go. And let's get you guys clued in and ready for the weekend. Let's go.
Here we go. We're about to go and meet Damon Hill. And now we're in. God, he walks fast though. Look, he's already down there. Here's our tour guide. It's Damon Hill. 1996 world champion.
Yeah.
Measuring device to see how much wear there has been on the tyre, because that, as the tyre wears down and the ball gets... So that's the interesting thing about the sport.
Thank you, Damon. I feel like that is the way to have a tour of a paddock, isn't it?
It's not bad, you're not going to top that.
Yeah. No, definitely not. That's wicked. I've learned a lot. From down there to here, I've learned a lot about this and how it's moved around and what happens. What a lovely bloke as well.
Weekend is C1, C2 and C3. What we haven't brought is the C4 and C5.
I've loved today, but you know I've been craving all day.
Tiramisu.
No, close. A wine glass full of nuts.
Do you know what?
I've never seen that before.
Lovely.
What is that? That's how I like to enjoy the Formula One, with a wine glass full of nuts.
For you, sir.
Thank you. My rider's come through. We have returned to the fan zone, specifically outside the American Express Racing Club. And I said it last year and I'll say it again. I can't believe how many people that watch Formula One also have watched a Joso vlog. That to me blows my mind. I never thought that crossover would ever happen, but it happens more than I thought. So shout out to everybody that's come and said hello today and got photos and stuff. I appreciate you.
Well, goodbye Silverstone.
Don't you hate when you're waiting for a bus and nothing comes along and all of a sudden there's 200 buses that all arrive at the same time? Sav and Steve, good to see you. See you later. You'll see you later. Jack's off. See you later, Jack. And now I'm off home. And I'm back. And I'm half naked. This half, not the other half. I'm wearing clothes underneath, but I am back home. But Diane and baby Bowden are still at this dance thing, so I have the house to myself for the evening. I don't know what to do with myself. I also feel a little bit burnt. I feel like I've caught the sun today. What I do want to do before the end of the day is get down there and just measure out where these lights are going to go in my office. Because we are getting close to actually finishing a room in this house. But I need my tape measure. I can't find it. I found this in my bag, but I can't find this bloody tape measure. So I've got one, right? I've got one tape measure. My dad's got like 17 now. And he didn't let me borrow any. Probably sort of lost it. In here? Yes! Okay, this is great news. Before I do go down to the bottom of the garden, I want to check to make sure we've got no more leaks. Nice! This is what I like to see. Drying. This not so good. Why is this still wet? Down here. Oh no. It looks crusty. Calcified and crusty. Which are my two middle names, unfortunately. Update. These are the two lamps, obviously, that I showed you the other day that I have bought. And this is probably what I'm gonna have. This canvas here, whatever I decide to put on it, is gonna sit in the middle there with the two lights kind of either side. My dad may not have left me any tape measures, but he did leave me one of his pencils, which I think he's left it because it's literally at the end of his life. I think his fingers probably couldn't actually grasp this because it's so small. But anyone that's got a carpenter in their family, I'm sure they also have tiny, teeny pencils like this. You can't see it, but I've measured out and marked where I want everything on the walls. The only thing is I can't finish it because I can't find the drill bit anywhere. A screwdriver drill bit just doesn't exist. I've got screwdrivers, but I need one of these, but with an actual, what even is that on the end of that one? I don't know, but like an actual Phillips head. I have no idea where it's gone, but I don't have it. So, work has been suspended for now. Before I do go back to the house though, I just want to show you an update on my egg. I've sanded it, probably about as much as I kind of want to for this one. And what I'm going to do next is use some of this, which is like a, what do you call it? Like a wash, paint wash. So like very watery paint, but mid-brown on the edges here to give it that kind of, you know when a fried egg goes almost too fried on the edges and it's like that kind of like burnt browniness on the outside. I think this might help me achieve that, but I don't know. I'm going to give it a little tiny tester down here. Oh, it might be the wrong kind of brown. That might be a little bit too dark. Is it? Maybe. Shit. Oh no. Smear that in. Oh, no, I don't know. That's not quite what I wanted to achieve, but this is the joys of trial and error. We tried, we found the error. I need a reference picture and I need a different, I think like a different type of shade. What else have I got in here? Red, no. Light, ooh, light tone. Let's try this. Yeah, that's more like it. That's more what I want. That is a bit too reddy, as in like a reddish sort of tone. This is more burnt, end of an egg kind of tone. This is the one, all right. Trial and error, it works sometimes. The thing I'm gonna need for this egg is a, oh, do you know what, I might even do this one here. Just a lovely orange. I don't know if this is the right kind of orange. Yeah, that's got that kind of orange vibe. The thing is, once I pick a color for my egg, that's it, I've got to stick to it. And I think this could be a good one. Valencia, B&Q. Tester pot should be enough as well. Just don't drip on anywhere, but the yolk. Oh yeah, that's the right color. Also, coverage, amazing. Should I have used acrylic? Maybe. But, like I said, trial and error. Now it actually starting to look like an egg. 1 second. I love that. Now it actually looks like an egg. I do think that the yolk could probably have been a bit bigger. But for my first attempt, I am well happy with that. I'm gonna see how it dries, then maybe do another coat, and then get in with an ink around the edge, just to sort of make it look a bit more realistic, and then finish with the brown bits. And then, I guess we attempt to do this resin on it, to solidify it. Then it's kind of done. Then I've got to find somewhere to put it. It was a giant egg. Right, and have you had any growth out here? Sort of, yeah. This middle one that I said that's also growing is kind of like weaved in and out of both of them and is now sort of overtaken this other one. So I'm kind of glad that I kept that one now. This top one is starting to die out at the end. But it's getting there. I do think this is like just so bushy and boxy here. I think after the summer's finished, I've got to cut some of this out, trim that back a bit. And eventually, sorry, I've gone back into garden talk. For those that don't care about this stuff, feel free to skip ahead. But you're not allowed in there. Get out. I think what I'm going to try and do is speak to a landscaper about somehow getting this into the ground. Now, I think I'd have to like move some of these, which I don't know how I'm going to do, but then potentially creating some sort of like brick around this. We split this open, get rid of this, fill the rest of soil around it, so I can take this out, and then it's still in like a big brick, nicely made planter without a bottom, so the roots go into the ground. Is that a stupid idea? I feel like it's better. It's better for these things than being in a pot. And this pot's like faded over time, and eventually it will crack and get ruined. So I feel like I need to sort of build around it with an open bottom thing, and then fill it with mud, get rid of this somehow, and let this thing grow into the ground and still be neat and line up with all this. And I don't know how it's going to work, but well, that's my plan. I have done my hardest to stay up. It is 9:45 at night. I don't think they'll be back for a while as well, because it's all way in, like, it's a castle in like Gloucestershire, which is, yeah, it's a long way away. I've made a start on my next book, which for those that like literature, this is the next one after Pillars of the Earth, which I've read. And I was like, hey, that's the biggest book I've ever read. And then, wha-bam, the next one, this is even more pages. So I have made the tiniest of dents in this book so far. But so far, so good. I actually really enjoy this. You know, when you're sort of sat there reading a book and you end up reading like the same line, or the same, you read a paragraph, and you get to the end, you're like, I actually don't know what I just read because I'm falling asleep whilst reading. So yeah, that is where I'm going to end today's vlog. I had a wicked time, as always, at Silverstone. I'm very grateful that I get to go to these things and experience sort of like the behind the scenes of some of it as well. And it still always surprises me just how many people stop and say hello. Even like all these years after like the sort of like the heyday golden era of YouTube, I like to call it. Still so many people that stop me and say hello, that watch these vlogs. And it's always a pleasure to say hello and get a photo and things like that. And like I said, I never thought that I'd have such a crossover at Silverstone, because it happened the same last year as well. I was surprised at how many people stopped and said hello and things like that and say they watched the vlog. So shout out to you all. I'm pretty sure I'm past the days of doing meet and greets and like doing like official like meet and greets like we used to back in the day. Sometimes I say to Diane, I'm like, I'd love to know like if I ever did like a one-off meet and greet at this place at this time, that kind of thing, and just to see how many people would actually turn up. I genuinely don't think it would be that many, but then I've not done like anything like that, like any like sort of meet and greety sort of thing, probably nearly 10 years. The nearest thing to a meet and greet I've done since the sort of heyday of YouTube would probably be stage door occasionally after Waitress. That's probably the last time. No, it must have been another time after that. I don't think there is, you know. I think that's it. Let's just say, okay, let's say it's the like the original crew, and this is not like don't take this out of context. This is not a like spoiler for something that's coming in the future. If the original gang all did like a meet and greet or attended like a VidCon or a playlist live or anything like that, and we had our own thing, I'm so interested to know how many people would go, do you know what? Yeah, for old time's sake, like it probably will be that. People are going like, for the nostalgia of it all, I want to go and meet the YouTubers that I sort of watched back in the day. Like I said, probably not many, but you never know. But yeah, that is where I'm going to end today's vlog with that waffle. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you have not already, and I will see you again very, very soon with another vlog. Take care and goodbye.